This is Dispatches from Myrtle Beach with Charles Neal and my son Link from Good Mythical Morning. How you doing, son?
I'm doing good. I always like just you asking me how I'm doing just simply makes me better, Dad. Sometimes that's all it is just caring a little bit. So thank you. Thank you for doing that for me.
Yeah. You know,
how about you?
Doing good. We ain't been traveling no more since we talked to you.
Settling down a little bit.
Are
you letting that mullet grow out? Is that happening?
Well, I don't even know if you call it a mullet no more. I mean,
neck curtain.
Yeah,
it's long on top too. I don't know if I'd call it a mullet.
Yeah, I'm debating on getting it cut some, but I ain't had a haircut since last April. So, I mean, what the heck? I might as well just make it to a year.
Last April?
Yep.
Wow. Yeah. I know you like to grow it out sometimes.
You know, I cut it all off, and then several people asked me where my mullet was at, and I said, I don't know, but I might can find it. So
I might can find it. It might take me a year, but I'm gonna start looking for it.
Yeah.
Now I know this. We're recording this on a Friday. You got any hot Friday night plans after this?
My wife has told me that, and I'm trying to remember who she said. Yes, we're going out to see a band downtown tonight.
Oh, okay.
But I can't remember the name of it.
But you're going to be shagging.
Oh, I know the name. Yeah. The name of it is the Chocolate Chips.
The Chocolate Chips.
Yep.
So Nancy will spring some plans on you. How often is she making the social plans versus you? Is she the concierge?
Well, now when we making all these plans and going on these trips and doing all this stuff, that would be about 90% her and 10% me.
Okay, but you love it equally.
Oh, I love it.
So that works. That's great.
Well, it was kind of like the thing where I told you where Barbara called her on Halloween and texted her and said, "Do you want to go to Hawaii?" And she just texted her back, "Yes." And then she looked over at me and said, "You want to go?"
So, it's nice that she invited you, but she had already made plans for herself. So, but these plans are hers too, and so it's like,
oh yeah.
And so she's just as driven to shag as you are.
She likes to go dancing. Yeah.
Because that's a source of conflict for a lot of couples. Some people like to shag a lot every day. Some people only want to shag once a week or even less than that, once a month. So getting an alignment on shagging is pretty good in a marriage, I think.
Yep. Yeah, that would be correct, I think. Yeah, it is for us. We enjoy it and we like it. So this band we're going to see tonight plays a little bit of shag music, but they play music back to when we were growing up in the 70s and 80s music and stuff. So we get a broad spectrum of music and different stuff.
Okay. I have no plans tonight.
And then if we need to, we can just leave there and walk right over to Fat Harold's and do all the shag dancing we want to.
There you go. Well, if you need me, I might just be asleep. This is going to be one of those crash and burn Fridays for me. Just hit the hay early.
You just glad the week's over with.
Been creeping up on me. Yep. And then I know, because I've had to start really looking at my weekends, because I'll book something just almost like subconsciously. I'll fill up my calendar. So what I've started to do now is I've had to look at what I've committed to, all things I'm excited about, and then work backwards to, I have to now plan to not plan things because I overextend myself, So that's what I've done for this weekend. I'm learning And Christy, Christy doesn't have as much of an appetite to go as I do. So it's also important that we align on that so we can kind of meet in the middle. And when
that's a good thing. Oh yeah, that's what makes the world go around.
But I'm not gonna rule any shagging out. I'm not gonna rule that out.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, Link, I got an announcement to make. This what's going on down here at North Myrtle Beach on May the 3rd. We're having another beach music festival, and the California Honey Drops is going to be here, and they're from California. Oh. And Jim Quick and Coastline and the Band of Oz.
Band of Oz, and I've heard of them too.
And it's an all-day event. It starts like at 10 o'clock in the morning and goes till 5 o'clock. But guess who else is going to be there?
Charles Neal from Dispatches from Myrtle Beach.
That would be correct.
So what are you going to be doing?
I'm just going to set a tent up and have it set up with my sign from Dispatches from Myrtle Beach. And if you want to come and hear some great music and just have a big time, and listen, you can bring your own cooler in with you with whatever you want to drink. You don't have to buy nothing.
Oh.
And you can come and meet me, and you can come and hear some fantastic beach music. And
all day long.
All day long. So all you young people that's out there that know a little bit about beach music but want to meet me, y'all come on, and Logan's going to put a thing up on the website somehow or another that I don't understand anything about, where you can go to it and get a ticket to it. So look it up and come on down to Myrtle Beach because we're hoping most of the time it's good weather because this event is rain or shine.
Okay.
So just come on down and see me and see the California Honey Drops and Jim Quick and the Band of Oz and all the other vendors that are around there selling different kind of T-shirts and paraphernalia. And you can walk right across the street to the OD Arcade and get you something to eat.
Sounds like a setup. I mean, if you're anywhere within driving distance in North Myrtle Beach, you got enough time to put this on your calendar. I think it sounds like it's worth it. Get a little drop of the honey.
Oh, yeah.
See, I mean, if there's an opportunity to shag, he's going to take him up on it. So why don't you do the same thing?
Oh, yeah.
All right. I bet you'll have some cards to hand out.
Oh, well, I'll have some cards.
Okay.
And be able to take pictures with me and whatever if you want to.
Okay. No pressure.
It's time for... All right, Mr. Neal. What you think of this reel? Link, it looks like somebody is wanting to teach me how to paint again. Okay.
We got more videos that have been emailed to you?
Got several people, and Jason has sent me excerpt in, and it says, "Are robot painters taking our jobs?" And he sent me 2 different videos.
Okay, so this is an accordion-looking robot that is painting the wall. No humans involved.
No humans.
Have you ever?
Trying to see if it got to the top.
Oh, yeah. See, he's already critiquing it. I think it did get to the top. And when it gets to the bottom, it's not, there's no overspray. How's that? Eh? It looks like an accordion with a paint sprayer attached to it. And like some robotic arm. Cobot. I don't know what Cobot
Cabot.
is.
That's Cabot. That's pronounced. See, I got you on a word. That word is Cabot.
Oh, well, what is Cabot? Is that like a painting
That's
brand?
A type of, it's a painting company that makes paint and stains.
Okay. So are you threatened by this Cabot robot? Pretty impressive.
I'm going to tell you, if I was still painting, but it looks like it works pretty good maybe inside of a house. I mean, this is kind of amazing.
Oh, did you hear that? Dad is amazed by a paint video.
Yeah.
I think the next one might even be more impressive.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah, if it's more impressive, yeah.
What? Dad, what is this guy doing?
What?
what is happening? It's painting the ceiling with a roller.
Oh my God.
It's a little roller. But somehow the paint, it's painting.
It pumps it.
Yeah, it's pumping the paint onto the roller and not having to dip. And then of course it's sped up, but.
Yeah.
And isn't that the worst, having to roll on the ceiling? Look at that,
Well,
look how good it looks, Dad.
Oh yeah. Man, that's pretty neat. I mean,
well,
I was trying to figure out,
here we go.
I did some, Jason, the 2 videos you sent me, if I was still in the commercial business and stuff, painting, but I don't, that's like where they building, condos and stuff.
Right. So it's unfinished and they do the painting.
Yeah. But it gets painted before anything else is up. But those 2 things were pretty neat to me. So
ooh, are you shaking in your boots?
I'm gonna give you a thumbs up.
What? Finally.
I'm gonna ask around and down here at the paint store and just to see if I can find out how much these machines cost.
I'm gonna venture to guess it's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a specialized type of painting, isn't it? To your point about like industrial unfinished spaces, like I would think you gotta be painting a lot of those type of places versus like going into people's homes and doing the type of stuff you do. So maybe you're not threatened because it's a different genre of painting. Or are you scared?
No, I ain't scared.
It's okay to be scared.
I got enough to do.
We all get scared sometimes.
What?
He got so scared he froze.
What makes it interesting to me, what I thought about it is, listen, it's hard to find somebody to work now. It's just hard.
Okay.
And this is something that you still got to have some help, I think, to pour the paint in these machines and do some stuff, but it takes care of some labor where when you it's hard to find in this country where you need to when you can't find help, you can buy a machine where it'll do it for you.
Have you ever been replaced by a machine in a job?
No.
Okay.
No, I've been on a job where I had to run a piece of machinery that made stuff, but hadn't never been replaced that would take my place where I had to run it. Because somebody's got to look after that stuff and make sure it...
I mean, when I worked at IBM as an industrial engineer, I'm not proud to say it, but I installed a tape machine that replaced somebody's job.
I can understand that.
It's just a box of tapes. I mean, you needed somebody to push the box in and then to like fix it if it didn't work, but that was a lot less than somebody just taping all day.
Yeah.
I don't know how long that lasted. I ended up moving on to greener pastures.
Bigger and better things. Yeah.
You know, I wonder where my tape machine is. Or the guy whose job I eliminated.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? Let's move on. Do you have another one?
Yeah, I got one from Reagan, and Reagan says, have you seen this video of your son?
Hold on now. Is this really me, Logan?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, would you like some of this on your that? That's a crap.
Would you like some of this on your that? Well, you know what? You got some of this on that, and on that.
Sorry, y'all.
And on that. I got on that.
Wow.
On that.
I didn't. What did I do wrong?
Well, it went. There's a lot of that, guys.
Well, what was that link? I mean, was it?
It was a fancy whipped cream squirter.
Okay.
You had not seen that, Dad?
No, I had not seen that.
I think a lot of people have. I think it. Last I checked, I think it might have over 10 million views.
Yeah, I think it's about
10 million views on that on TikTok.
Yeah.
People come up to me, Dad, and all they say is, "Would you like some of this on your dad?" They probably don't even know who I am. I'm just the this on your that guy to some people. I mean, with all the stuff that we do and I do, there's rarely something that like hits that hard that people are coming up to me and I'm now that guy. Like a few years ago, there was like we made an expensive chicken sandwich and I got down and we took a photo of it and then that became a meme and I was the chicken sandwich face guy. And now I'm the this on your that guy. Are you proud of me, Dad? Does that make you proud? You want to watch it? You watch the beginning again. Just give him one more taste of it. Just the this on your that part, Tell me how it makes you feel as a father. Oh, would you like some of this on your that?
Looks like, Link, don't you hire you and Rhett, don't y'all hire your employees?
Well, yeah.
And, maybe they ought to, but maybe they don't want to.
What?
So they get that reaction, but maybe they ought to go over and teach you show you how something works before you do. But I'm glad they didn't because it worked out pretty good.
Right.
10 million views. I mean.
They, as a practice, keep me in the dark. But you know what? I give it right back to them. They have no clue what I'm about to do at any point.
Yeah.
So it goes both ways.
But
there's a little of this and a little of that.
But they may give you something like that again, but they're not going to let you have any knives still, are they?
No. Mm-mm.
Okay.
Yeah, not going to happen. But you're proud. I just need to hear it.
Oh, yeah. Hey, listen, I'm always proud of you. Long as you don't get in no trouble and it ain't the police coming to get you or something, I'm always proud of you.
Okay.
Yes, I am. Yep.
Thank you, Dad.
We're excited to announce Mythical Kitchen's first live stream event. Survive the Mythical Kitchen featuring the entire Mythical Kitchen crew, Josh, Nicole, Trevor, V, and Lily, as well as the honorary Mythical Kitcheneer, Emily. Tickets and more information are available now at mythicalkitchenlive.com. Grab yours now and get ready to tune in on Thursday, April the 3rd.
We're getting into a new year. I'm not going to use the big R word, resolutions, but you might be thinking about learning a new language because you're traveling this year or, career advancement. Language might be a path to that. Expand your horizons. In comes Rosetta Stone, the most trusted language learning program, available on desktop or as an app. It truly immerses you in the language that you want to learn.
Rosetta Stone has been a trusted expert for 30 years with millions of users and 25 languages offered. Rosetta Stone immerses you in many ways. There are no English translations, so you really learn to speak, listen, and think in that language. Plus, their built-in true accent feature gives you feedback on your pronunciations. It's like having a personal trainer for your accent. Don't put off learning that language. There's no better time than right now to get started. Dispatches from Myrtle Beach listeners can get Rosetta Stone lifetime membership for 50% off. Visit rosettastone.com/dispatches. That's 50% off unlimited access to 25 language courses for the rest of your life. Redeem your 50% off at rosettastone.com/dispatches today. It's time for Choo Choo. We've arrived at Internet Sensation Station. Or shall we say Internet Sensation?
So, Dad, we've done this before. We rounded up some comments because we know that you don't read comments. You don't see comments. You see emails. So I want to put some comments in front of you and just so you can connect with the Myrtle Beast a little bit, see what they're saying. So take a look at these.
It says, bro, fell off a 20-foot ladder. Well, let this slide.
Well, that is an apostrophe. It's will. We'll let this slide.
Oh. That's W-E-L-L is wheel? Okay.
I didn't know that's what we were going to be talking about here, but yeah. W-E-L-L is we will shortened.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
And this comment was on the Massachusetts video in reference to your spelling of Massachusetts.
Yep.
Okay.
So what does this mean to you?
That I fell off a 20-foot ladder and they're going to let it slide. I reckon.
Let what slide?
That I fail.
No. That you can't spell Massachusetts.
Oh. No, I can't spell I already seen that come out this week that I couldn't spell Massachusetts.
Yeah. But they're saying the reason you can't spell is because you fell.
Oh. 'Cause I hurt myself.
Yeah, maybe in the noggin.
Head.
Yeah.
In my
Also,
noggin.
it was a 40-foot ladder.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it wasn't a 20-foot. It was a 40-foot. Yeah, that's what it was.
So what do you have to say to this claim now that you understand it?
Well, I'm sorry I couldn't spell Massachusetts, and there's a lot of things I can't spell, but
Well, you don't have to be sorry. He's saying we're going to let it slide because, you know, you've damaged your brain.
well, I don't know if it comes from falling off that 40-foot ladder or not, but I mean, I appreciate you just letting it slide, whatever's wrong with me. But
That's right.
it seems to keep you involved in what we're doing. So
That's right.
maybe I need to fall off another ladder sometime or another.
Let's not fall off a ladder, but we do have an arrangement with letting things slide. You know, if you Myrtle Beast, if you keep letting things slide, I think it'll be good. That's right.
Yep.
That's right. You just keep being you, and we'll slide right on into the next one. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. So
Well, he's not listening.
why does Link's dad give lesbian just as hard as he does? Why does Link's dad give? Is that supposed to have A in there, or why does Link's
Kinda.
dad? Why does Link dad give a lesbian just as hard as he does?
Not give a lesbian. Like when the phrase "giving something" we've talked about before.
Oh,
It's if something is giving something, it's reminding you of it.
so why does Link's dad give lesbians just as hard as he does?
Why does Link's dad give lesbian just as hard as he does? Do you know what that means, Dad? Do you know?
No.
You giving lesbian. And I think this is the picture that it was commented on. You're wearing, I mean, does it make a little more sense now that you see the photo again?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Well, go ahead and tell me.
I mean, but
Are you giving lesbian in this photo? This is a hard-hitting question.
yeah, I don't see how with me wrapped up in stuff that Five Guys gives me that I'm
Exactly, I'm with
doing
you.
something like a lesbian. I mean,
Exactly.
I'm lost. Like,
Right. Yeah. I mean, you're eating a milkshake at Five Guys with a scarf on and a matching toboggan.
toboggan.
Toboggan, yes.
Yeah.
and you're smiling, and you got your hair peeking out there at the bottom.
Yeah. And it was cold.
It was cold.
I mean,
it was cold, and he's eating a milkshake. What do you think he's going to do?
I mean,
give lesbian.
And it's cold outside.
I guess.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know how people interpret that I'm drinking a milkshake. I just don't know. I don't understand it.
Me neither, Dad. I'm just as clueless as you are. I mean, you're not giving lesbian, and I don't give lesbian. But they keep taking lesbian from the stuff that we're giving, apparently. Every time I turn around, they're talking about me giving lesbian. And so neither one of us give a lesbian. Now, everybody knows I love lesbians. But that doesn't mean I'm giving lesbian.
Okay.
If you give a lesbian a muffin, you know that? That's deeper than I thought it was. You know that children's book? If you give a moose a cookie, if you give a mouse a muffin, yeah. If you give a lesbian a muffin, is a book that needs to be written. Maybe I'll write it. Okay. That's the only thing I'm gonna give lesbian.
Well, let's move on to the next one. It says, if you close your eyes, all you hear is Gomer Pyle.
Because you know who Gomer Pyle is. May he rest in peace. It was it's a television show. It was a spinoff of Andy Griffith, was it not?
Yeah, he was on, yeah.
Jim Nabors played Gomer, and then he got his own show because he went into the Marines.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And then
I really liked Gomer Pyle as a show. I just love that show. I haven't heard it in a while, so do we have a comparison?
We do.
I can't hear you. Sir. There is no place in the Marines for a man who is late.
Hey, Sarge.
Pyle, you were supposed to come in on the bus with the rest of the men from your area. What happened?
Oh, about that. Did you see my buddy Andy Taylor offered to drive me down here? That's him over yonder. Say hello to Sarge, Andy. Well, anyway, we give ourselves plenty of time, but about halfway here, I got the feeling we was getting a flat. You know how when you're driving along, it starts going ka-thump, ka-thump, ka-thump. Well, sometimes it's the tar in the road that causes the ka-thump. But if you know cars and tars the way I do, you can always tell the difference. So we stopped and got out, and sure enough, it's soft, but it wasn't flat. It's just a leaky valve. You know how you can tell if a valve's leaky? Well, you put spit on one end of it, and if she bubbles...
4 weeks KP for being late.
That's how you can tell you got to leave.
I love it. I love it, Dad. Now, do you think that is reminiscent of your accent?
Yeah, it might have a little inclination that's the way I talk too. Yeah.
There's a good amount of it in there. I hadn't thought about it in a while. Do you remember his catchphrase?
God.
Oh, that's close. What you just said was close.
Golly, golly, golly.
Yep. Golly.
Golly, Sergeant Carter. Golly, Sergeant Carter.
Golly. It's funny because sometimes, to this day, Rhett will say that. He'll say, golly. It's not something I say, but big fan of Gomer and of you, and I think kindred spirits there. What a great character. Just like
what I thought was amazing about him when he talked, or I talked kind of like he did, but then he could turn right around and he was a great opera singer.
Yeah, because that was a character. It wasn't. That's not who he really. Jim Nabors didn't talk to that extreme.
Yeah, he didn't talk like I did.
So you're like the real life Gomer Pyle.
Yep. Yeah.
That is great. I love the fact that we've got people listening who are aware of Gomer Pyle, you know?
Oh yeah.
So they've come up the way that we have. We got one more comment for you to read.
Yeah. Charles's podcast is my favorite podcast on YouTube. Could use a different guest other than Link. guy all the time. Like we get it, Link. Your dad is famous. You don't need to be in all these his videos trying to absorb all his clout.
Do you have a response to that?
I got to. I could not do this by myself. I could probably talk to somebody if you couldn't come one time or something, so we'd have something on the podcast. But it would not be near. I mean, this is. Link always tells everybody, "This is your podcast. This is
your show, Dad.
It's my show." But if it wasn't for Link, I wouldn't even have a show.
But now that you do.
But now that I do, so, but no, I tell people all the time, one of the reasons I love doing this podcast is that when we get together and do these podcasts, that I get to see you and get to talk to you and kind of, I'm not right beside of you, but I am kind of right beside of you, and I get to see you then, and it's, because you live a long way away from where I live, and we get to reminisce and see one another and carry on and just have a good time. So, this is not going to change, I don't think, unless my son changes.
You trying to come from my job as the sidekick. Not going to happen. Not going to happen. But let's just say hypothetically you could have any guest, like maybe just once, I mean, you still got Logan. You can make it work. Who's your dream guest, Dad?
I can't think of anybody that I would want to replace you.
Golly, Dad. I am flattered. Thank you, Dad. That's right.
That ain't nothing ever.
You're not threatened by robots, and I'm not threatened by anybody taking my place.
Yeah. You ain't got to worry about that.
Well, thank you.
Well,
Link, we've
had some different things go on today about painting and all kind of stuff, and I hope all you Myrtle Beach enjoyed it and said it was fun having you all here with us today, and we'll be back next week for another one. And don't forget to follow and subscribe wherever you get your podcast and on YouTube. And while you're at it, rate and review us on Apple Podcasts. And if you got a question, comment, or story, email me at ratherbeShagging53@AOL.com. Y'all have a great rest of your week, and we'll be golly in all the way until next week's episode.
That was kind of a weak impersonation.
We'll be golly all the way until next week's episode.
That's better. Thank you, Dad. Love you.
Love you too.